So we live in a society that kind of glorifies busyness, like being busy, sometimes even more than being productive or efficient. And so when you read the blurb on the inside of the dust jacket about the author and it lists 30 different things, it's not necessarily because, I don't think it's necessarily because they want you to remember all of those things, but they want you to know that this person is very busy. And I think that might be a conditioned reflex to some degree, because I think, especially in professions whose titles are often liberally self-awarded, it can be difficult to convey what it means. Like, if somebody says, "What's your name? What do you do?" and you say, "Sonic's the name, speed's my game." Or you say, "I'm John, I'm an artiste." And it's kind of hard to be taken seriously. And the response is generally, "Oh, you're one of those types of people." And they'll either try and avoid you, or they'll try to make you feel bad by saying, "That's not a real job. Chili dogs don't grow on trees, Sonic." So it becomes necessary to avoid uncomfortable social interactions to say something either instead of or in addition to writer or whatever your title is. So you at least seem interesting, I guess, or busy. And even for people who are published, that is a behavior that might persist. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. It's all theoretical. But man, is it difficult to try new things. You want to talk about popular culture giving us unreal expectations about reality? In The Sims, you want a job? You sit down and read a newspaper and you've got your choice of 12 different careers that all start tomorrow. No interview, no cover letter, resume, or list of references, you know? You just start off, and if it doesn't work out, you just repeat the process the very next day. Or, like you said, in fantasy life, you say, "I want to be a blacksmith." They toss you a hammer and say, "Give it a shot, mate." The screen will tell you exactly how to do it. But you go to a marketing firm and you say, "I would like to be a graphic designer." And they say, "Oh, that's great. How many years have you been a graphic designer?" "Oh, well, this entry-level job requires at least 5 years of experience. And another thing I noticed is that I don't personally know anyone on your references list. And if you can't make small talk about sporting events, that's gonna be strike 3. And if the interview isn't demoralizing enough, you think, okay, I'll just get a soul-sucking job so I can afford to fund this pursuit as a hobby." So you sign up for karate and you get put into a class with a 10-year-old brown belt who's looking down on you. And you know he's looking down on you because he's 10. 10-year-olds are vicious. So you're trying to do your kata, you know, your blocks and everything, and you got a 10-year-old on the sidelines like, "Hey, look at this old guy. Hey, old fart, you should have started 10 years ago like I did." Because I guess he started when he was born? He was born a white belt, maybe? So if you want to pick up a new hobby, you've got to pick something that is primarily dominated by old people, like cross-stitching or needlepoint or anything you can do in a recliner while you're watching your stories. Or you could get like a group of friends and go join a karate class, and when you've got the 10-year-old kid looking down on you, you can be like, "Sure, we look stupid, but at least we're not alone." But that takes friends, and that might be more difficult and uncomfortable than being alone. I don't know. That's really depressing. I shouldn't say that. So I forgot about when you used to play Monkey Island for Jamie. I would probably be in that same boat with Kellen right now if it wasn't for YouTube. So you could have gotten in on that early stage Let's Play YouTube channel money, but I guess if you hate it, you wouldn't have gotten in on it, huh? Grim Fandango was recommended to me a number of years ago, and I never picked it up. I don't know why. They said it was a point-and-click adventure just like Monkey Island, and I was like, well, that sounds nice, but it's not Monkey Island. And now I've been through a number of point-and-click adventures, and I'm like, that's actually pretty hard to get right. Like, I've played Monkey Island, obviously, but then I played this game called Gemini Rue, which is in my Steam library. You have access to that. It's a pixely point-and-click adventure. It's really good. I would recommend it. But then I also have a number of point-and-click adventures that I don't like. They're not very good at all. And I think some of them are intended for younger audiences, so it's like painfully slow, like you're clicking through molasses. But there is this one series called Deponia, and there's like 3 in the series, and I think I've got at least 2, maybe all 3 of them. I guess with a lot of games, they don't have the main character talk, because It's kind of like a blank slate, kind of like what we talked about with Twilight. She's kind of a blank slate that the reader projects themselves onto and says, I could be that person. I am that person. Right? I'm not sure how it works with Monkey Island, because he's kind of below average intelligence, but it's funny. It's kind of that self-deprecating humor that maybe I just relate to really well, and maybe there are people who don't relate to it and say Monkey Island is rubbish. In the Deponia series, the main character is a total dirtbag. And I have a hard time getting through that, because I played through the first one. I guess I just buy Steam games because they're on sale, mostly, and that's not a mentality that's unique to me. Maybe that's what I'll make the next video about. So I really don't like it, but it's not because it's made bad, it's that I don't like the main character. I did not write any more notes. Other than that, I think you wrote some more, but I don't remember. I got some new glasses, and I got the anti-glare, so it's not as bad. I'm actually really tired. I had to force myself to come out here, and I think I'm done. See you next time. See you on the flip. Tune in next time for... See, I still don't know how to end this. We just gotta brainstorm. We gotta get through this, okay? So, tune in next time. I never want to be one of those, like and subscribe. Now a word from our sponsors. You've probably heard a lot about mattresses, and these are the best, and you can trust me because they paid me money to say it. No, I gotta say something else. Something that has to do with the title of the show. Hi, D. Bye, D. That was really cringy, but it's supposed to be, so maybe it will be. No, I can't use that. That's terrible. Maybe I should just change the name of the show to something about how I'm in the car. See, okay, I wasn't even going to do this one in the car. I was going to set up the couch in front of the window, and I was going to do it, but I can't sing in there because we have neighbors upstairs, and I can't be loud. Another thing I noticed is that I don't know what to do with my hands. I talk with my hands a lot, but if I am not talking with my hands, I can just put them right here on the steering wheel, huh? And you don't even see that because you're cropped in so close that you don't even see my hands half the time. But it just kind of feels like a complete package when you've got, like, you know, an intro and an outro. But it doesn't need to be so conventional, does it? All right, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.